What is up, you guys? Welcome back to another video. My name is Chris, as always, with me,
Liam.
And today we're diving into Handmaid's Tale Season 4, Episode 9. I've been bragging for the last couple episodes how I'm so happy there's 13 episodes in the season, and there isn't. It was last season, there was 13 episodes. It's just so rare these days that we get like more than, 8 episodes, and some people even do 6, right? So it's like, I want to see a good chunk. But anyway, end of rant. Welcome on. Liam and I don't pretend to be experts. This is a show about shows. Think about it as if you watched something you really loved, movie, TV show, and then went to work the next day, break room, water cooler, talking to your friends about it, sharing what you love, what you didn't love, theories about it. That's what we do. But we do it with you here on the show. And so the best way for you to engage with us is in the comments below. The only thing that we ask is that you don't spoil what's to come, especially with this already being an older show. You could definitely know what's coming. I want to experience it in real time and share my reactions with you. And Liam has already seen it, so he can't do that. But if you spoil it, then we can't really do that. And so that's the only thing we ask is you don't spoil it and that you share your opinions, whether you agree with us, disagree with us. You want to yell at me? I don't care. Just don't spoil it. That's all I ask. But if you enjoy this video, hit the like button, comment below to share, and make sure you subscribe if you want to join us on this journey. Without further ado, let's talk about it.
Yeah, you mentioned you were excited that Esther was back.
Yeah, so when we were talking yesterday, I was like, oh, this episode had a twist I was not expecting. I thought Esther's character was gone. I thought, much like Commander Winslow, she was just off somewhere.
Off in the sunset.
Yeah, very interesting way to bring her back. And, I'm excited to see where it goes. Not excited for her, obviously, because it's not a good situation. But the way that she is so entrenched with like June's philosophy and the way June is, and now she's getting put through the ringer.
Her mini.
Right. I'm interested to see where that goes, especially now because you have a different Aunt Lydia. Right? When June went through, Aunt Lydia was cold and calloused and willing to do anything to get them in line. Janine's broke her since then, especially in this episode. And so now
I think Emily helped either with a knife.
and stab in the back and do some things to you. Yeah. So I think in this episode, what we're seeing is a much softer, much more understanding Aunt Lydia. And so that I think is going to make all the difference with how like Esther's treatment goes, because they were talking about shoving a tube down her throat in that like Last Supper scene where they're all like sitting on the same side of the table. Like,
Not creepy at all.
That's only for the camera, okay? No one sits all on the same side of a table like that. Hold on, real quick tangent. Handmaid's Tale is a very riveting and emotionally driven show, and I like that about it. The thing with me is that there are not plot holes, but things that are written into this story that absolutely ruin the plot for me.
Such as?
When you have, I'm jumping now, so bring us back in a minute. When you have a war criminal who is being detained for war crimes, a commander being detained for war crimes, and then you just let another commander visit him? What?
Yeah.
Wouldn't they just arrest him too and put him on trial?
They probably should. But devil's advocate, we all know that bureaucracy and politics get in the way of common sense shit all the fucking time.
Okay, I like that. What value could Commander Putnam, bring to them that was worth giving him sovereignty to go into a country that is currently holding another commander as a war criminal?
Ah, here's where we bring it back. All right.
Okay.
So, right here, just as it worked out, they now have their inside man. I get that it may be a little lazy or too easy to jump to that conclusion, but that's how they played it in the series. And so now they've got their inside man, gonna give them all the dirt and details.
I get why they needed that piece for the plot. Like, so here's the thing. The conversation between Putnam and Waterford moves the plot forward, moves the story forward, gives us a valid reason as the viewer to justify Waterford turning rat. Otherwise, we can't justify it. He's already been through so much. He's already shown so much loyalty. Why all of a sudden change, right? This gives him a reason to. He was literally left behind by everything that he built his life around. They were like, hey, well, we got you in our prayers, homie. See you later.
Old him is the other commander that showed up. I refuse to remember this man's name. He's so slimy.
Which one?
The one that Janine was under. Yeah.
Yeah.
I refuse to remember his name. I do not like him. He does remind me of the guy who plays Death, though. A bit.
Oh, I could see the resemblance, yeah. But he's just so iconic.
Yes. But Putnam, he is acting and behaving the same way Fred was while he was in control. So it's a good view of him seeing his old self and realizing, possibly maybe just for our benefit, that, hey, look, I was kind of a douche because I don't like being treated this way right now.
Oh, you think he actually may have had some like emotional reckoning in the moment?
No.
Because I didn't see that at all.
no.
I saw anger and rage and like disappointment.
He's doing this just to get even.
Oh yeah, this is a spiteful little man.
And that's the only reason he's doing it.
Yeah.
But it does leave it open that it could show him the error of his ways kind of thing.
Yeah. I would love that, right? Because that would be a cool thing. But at the same time, I don't see that the type of villain that Fred is changing his ways. He's going deeper into them. Think about the baby shower scene where multiple times Serena's like, you don't have to keep up the facade. There's no one else around. And she's like, oh, now you'll let me read? Like, he's digging on him because he isn't, like, he's not fading away from Commander. He's going deeper into Commander until the conversation with Putnam, and then that kind of changes.
And he tells her to write a book. And he's like, I know it's bullshit when he said he's like, I've seen the error of my ways kind of thing. I'm not the same person. I'm growing kind of thing.
It's usually easy to say when you're in solitary. I swear I'm getting better. It had nothing to do with think about it.
Totally innocent. I get why you would have said that I wasn't, but it's just simply not true. It's not real.
Yeah. It's so amazing to me how quickly we feel guilty and want to get up. What's the word I'm looking for?
Validation.
No, when I say sorry to you, you give me, can't think of the word. My brain is blank. Anyway, it's not important. We can move on.
Okay. Maybe you guys are psychic can help us down in the comments with what
Acceptance.
Acceptance.
Yes.
Okay.
So like I'm sorry, and you say thank you. So you're accepting that. Like I get forgiveness. That's the word. Forgiveness.
We got it. This is why we just record one session.
Yeah. No scripts. Just roll.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So forgiveness. Like that's what I was thinking.
But he was talking to her and like just saying that he wants to continue moving forward and just he wants the old version of her back when they were closer to equals, but obviously he still wants to be in control because he got a taste for it, and I guess that's just his new standard is he has to be in control of other people to feel like a person, which is disturbing, but it is what it is, right?
I mean, it's a cliche, and I've said it a bunch of times in this podcast, but people in power want to stay in power, and Matt Fred's has that power. He wants to keep it. But you brought up a really awesome point. Fred's a master manipulator. He's not strong, so he has to be strategic. And so what he does is he realizes, this is my opinion, right? He doesn't ever say this, but this is what I'm thinking. This is what I think he's doing. He's realized that he has no power. Right? He's locked up. But he realizes that every time he's risen to power or been able to overcome obstacles, it's been because Serena's had his back. Like Serena's been the mind, right? And then he's just been the face. So what he's doing is one, he's trying to get things back to, like you said, that almost balance. But I think it's for a selfish reason because he knows the more he empowers her, and the more he gives her confidence to become herself again, the more she empowers him and makes him more powerful. And so by letting her write again, making her feel confident and powerful, making her feel like a person and understood and seen as a woman, doing all the things that Gilead wouldn't let him do.
And they're on the same team now.
Is all a selfish power play because the stronger she is, the stronger he is.
And more likely he'd be released.
Exactly. And more likely that she wouldn't turn on him. Because right now,
she's got everything that she needs.
She could easily just be like, peace out. And he's trying to avoid that.
All right. And then we have the freaking call with Commander Lawrence.
Was it?
Hmm.
Commander Lawrence is one of my favorite characters in this whole series, hands down. One of my favorite characters,
And Lydia.
and Lydia as well. They play such good villains, almost to the point where you feel for them, right? Like you want to like, oh, I kind of want you to get better there, buddy. But in this scene, he played June, and I thought that was interesting because he's cunning, but June's cunning too. And I think the fact that maybe Luke was there and the weight of the situation of having like other people in the room and everything that was going on
Didn't allow him to be himself with her.
or herself with him, because it was very much Gilead commander tactic, right? Instead of Lawrence with June. And it was also very much here's a deal you'll never take, because give me 10 kids and I'll give you Hannah. He never once in his mind knew, like, he knows June's not going to get 10 kids up. Like, that was never a deal to him. He's basically just letting June know, like, hey, he's keeping up the front while also letting her know, like, there's nothing we can do here, right?
He's keeping the posturing up.
And I like it because for him to stay in power, even though he's done so many things to help Mayday, June, the Resistance, Emily, for him to stay in power, he has to keep up appearances. He has to.
Do you think June's aware of this?
I think June's smart enough to know what's going on, but emotionally blinded right now.
Okay.
She is intelligent enough and strategic enough to understand that this is what's happening. In the moment, I think she was emotionally driven, as all human beings usually are, right?
Yeah.
And so it might take her a minute to realize, oh, wait, I need to reach out and talk to him alone or a different way, or he's still an asset to her, right? She can't use him in a public face like that.
Did you think Tulo was going to play June like that?
Sure. Why not? It's a government agency that works in secrets. Why not? Why wouldn't he? Right? Why wouldn't he betray her testimony and her trauma for a bigger fish to go after what he wants, right? That's his government.
I guess the better question would be, did you see it coming before it came?
No, that was a twist I did not see. I thought that Mark was more sympathetic to the cause than he was bureaucratic. But like I said just previously, I wasn't too taken aback because it is the CIA, it is the government, it is the organization of secrets. That's what they do. They destabilize other governments. Like, it makes sense that he would go after that asset.
Okay. Did you see the fact? Okay, that there was one specific scene that really almost made me get really choked up. And that's when Luke is trying to keep his shit while talking to June to convince her to meet up with Nick.
Yeah. I was confused, I would say would be the word I would use here. Because, and please help me out, the emotional range that he goes through in that scene is insane. And he does it all with his face.
Yeah, really, really well.
And so,
eyes.
Yeah, a lot of conversation with just the face and eyes. And for me, there's a level, even though he doesn't want it, you can see him fighting it.
Yes.
There's a level of resentment there, of hatred. Because this man, because the way he says, and bring his daughter to him, like the way he uses it, it's almost like he's like stabbing her with it. Yeah. So I was like, I give Luke so much credit because he's been so supportive and compassionate and understanding for what June's been through. I mean, that's a lot for anyone. It's June or the husband. Like, it's a lot for anyone to have to compartmentalize and try to work through. And so when he was kind of holding it back and lashing out, I was like, is he like, what is he feeling right now? That's where I was confused, because he was going through it. And I was just like, is he mad? Is he trying to show restraint? Like, I guess it's all of it, right? He was angry, but showing restraint while also trying to strategically plan, which is hard to do when emotions like are clouding everything. But I just want to give credit to the actor who plays Luke in that scene, because the range just with his face and eyes, like we were just saying, is just amazing the way he just did that whole thing.
Yep. And he was willing to make himself the cuck to be.
And he is a father.
Yes.
And he is willing to put anything aside for his child.
And one of the hardest thing to do is put your pride and ego aside.
And he's willing to. He shows what a unconditional love should look like.
Now we have June and Nick. When they meet up, he's got this whole dossier set up for her. He's been working on it for a while, it appears. And then they kind of lose control a little bit and then rein themselves in with the kiss.
Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah, a little bit of a passionate kiss. Yeah.
And then they rein themselves in, but he's got all this information. She's in what, Colorado? I think they said.
Yep. Colorado is where Hannah is.
Yeah. But there's no real way for them to get to her right now.
Not yet. No. But you give me a point A and a point B, I'll get it done.
Last part, Janine. I know we talked about the stuff with Lydia already, but what Janine must be going through in that conversation with Aunt Lydia is got to be absolutely terrifying, because she's facing all the trauma that happened to her, but now helping.
Yeah.
But obviously it's for Esther's benefit.
Yeah, I think it's probably traumatic and healing all at the same time. Right? Because
healing also.
Yeah, to be able to speak your piece on a subject that you are personally familiar with and be able to help someone else through it is a huge lift for someone. Think about other veterans that we help, right? And how good it feels when they're like, hey man, because you did this thing, it helped me greatly. Or, it's very specific. We have very specific emails and stuff that we get, but that to me personally is better than any dollar I've ever made, is knowing that I've taken something that I know and I'm good at, and I've helped someone else do something with it, right? That's awesome.
When I was a kid, I learned a very valuable lesson from my parents, because one of my family members needed to go to counseling for something that happened. And they were talking to this one counselor, and I was like, well, what makes them so good at what they do? And my father and mother were both, I can't remember which one who said it, but they're like, the people who have been fucked up the most will always make the best counselors, because they've been through exactly what they're trying to help solve. And that was the first instance I ever learned that. And I must have been 12 years old or something like that, but that stuck with me, obviously, but didn't make sense until I was in my 20s.
Yeah. It's crazy. When I got out of the military and first started to actually be okay with accepting some help and looking for help, they would send us to see a therapist, right? With the therapist, as amazing as they were and as awesome as their intentions were, they didn't have any life experience to go off of. They were just coming from textbook, and it would irritate myself and a lot of others. But the thing that really started helping was once a week or twice a week, whatever it was, we'd go to a group where it was other almost like an AA meeting would be, where just veterans sitting around talking. That was probably some of the earliest and most helpful things I started doing, because they actually have been through it. They've actually experienced it. They can speak from, oh, I've been there too, and this is what I did, or this is what I did differently. And rather than, well, this is what, Schrodinger said about his cat. No, that's not helping me. I don't care. Whatever. It's a tangent.
It's funny that you say that, because I've been watching The Diplomat on Netflix, and the guy who plays Commander Lawrence is in that also. And
nice.
He was talking about Schrodinger's cat.
Nice.
In, I think, the season finale, or the one right before the last episode.
Yeah.
But it's just funny that you brought that up. And that was the newest season for that. It was a good show, too. A lot of drama in that. But I think that brings us to the conclusion for this episode. Next week on Tuesday, we will be doing the season finale, and then the following Thursday is when we go live.
That sounds right to me.
Cool.
Yeah. I feel like we skipped something. The light says no.
That light.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure they'll let us know. All right. Well, that's a wrap. If you guys enjoyed this video, hit that like button. I'll see you guys down in the comments below, and we have plenty of videos here for you to watch, so we'll see you on that video. Peace.
Find the strength hiding in each battle scar. You're not who you were, you've already come far.